Hi there, my name is Christiana and I have recently been diagnosed with Hashimoto's and hypothyroidism. I was diagnosed about 2 months back, and since then I have been trying to find different ways on making this better for me and reaching out to other people that have it or have had it in the past. So I am making these videos to kind of be a video journal for myself, and hopefully it can help other people who have recently been diagnosed or want to just have a community where they can talk about Hashimoto's or hypothyroidism and what they're doing to help themselves live their best life. I did some looking around specifically on YouTube to find other people that have been dealing with this, because it is sort of a lifelong autoimmune disorder. It's nothing that you can cure or fix right now. And there wasn't really anyone who wasn't a doctor or a nurse, a pharmacist, who was talking about just like living with it. So I thought that creating this would be helpful for myself to kind of document my journey and how I find ways to make myself feel better, and also kind of open up a community for people who are dealing with it or think that they might have it, because it's an interesting autoimmune disorder and it's hard to figure out if you have it or not. So a little bit of backstory on my current experience. I was diagnosed officially by an endocrinologist back in March of 2024, and she explained it to me as I had hypothyroidism, which was basically Hashimoto's. That's kind of what my endocrinologist just said, was you have hypothyroidism, which is basically Hashimoto's. I've since learned that they are two separate things, but we'll get into the nitty-gritty later. Before that, back in 2019, I had a different doctor who, when I got blood tests back, said that I should be taking some sort of medication. We did an ultrasound on my thyroid, and that was kind of where it was left. I then moved to New York, where I am now, and that doctor moved on as well. So I stopped taking the medication because she didn't really explain what it was for and why I needed it. And so I'm someone who, unless it was a very strict and important and was made to be felt important, I'm not gonna take medicine just to take medicine. That's kind of when that all started, was back in 2019. However, because of the symptoms that I have, I believe that I have had some form of Hashimoto's for the past 8 to 10 years. Hashimoto's is a very difficult autoimmune disorder to figure out and to identify in people. So just thinking about how I was feeling at certain times and symptoms that I had that I thought were just how I was, and my family commenting on symptoms that I thought was just how I was, makes me think that I've had it for about 8 to 10 years. Now for what I hope these videos are going to be. Basically what I want to do is make a video diary, mainly for myself, because I want to see how the changes that I make in my lifestyle affect me in the long run. Maybe so that I can go back and remember things that I've changed, and maybe right now they won't work, but in the future they will. And so that I can create some sort of community of people who are also dealing with this. Like I said before, there isn't a lot of kind of anecdotal or people that are actually experiencing Hashimoto's and hypothyroidism out there, or I couldn't find anyone on YouTube. I have found one person who I know in person who has Hashimoto's, and she has given me a lot of information, which is why I kind of want to give back and find a community so that we can all kind of work together to, I don't know, figure this thing out, because it is really weird and everyone has it differently. Now, these aren't going to be any like medical suggestions. I'm not a doctor. I'm far opposite of a doctor. And anything that I say or recommend is just things that I think will help me, or something that I've read from a doctor, or I've been prescribed by my endocrinologist or my primary care physician to try or do. These are things that you definitely do not need to do if you have Hashimoto's or hypothyroidism, because, like I said, everyone's experiences with this autoimmune disorder and hypothyroidism are completely different. So, that being said, if this resonates with you, or if you want to connect or give me any tips and tricks if you're dealing with it right now or have been for a really long time. Right now, I am working on taking things away from my diet to see if anything triggers my Hashimoto's. So if you have any fun, mainly clean food recipes, that would be awesome. And hopefully we can create a small community and come together and talk about our experiences with Hashimoto's and hypothyroidism.